dropped my mic. Oops. Hopefully it's not broken. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Butterfly Blue. If you see me on TikTok, welcome. If you have already followed me, welcome back. And if you are new here, hello. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the reads from 2025. It's not a lot. I am a pretty slow reader, but you know, we got a whole lot to do. I think I have a little over 250 books. So, and this year I'm not buying any myself. If I'm gifted books, that's different, but myself, I am not spending a single dime on books. I'm going to try to read as many as I can for the next few years, and you know, we'll say next 2 years. Next 2 years. I don't know about few, but like if we can get through a lot of these, I will be happy. So let's go ahead and get into the books that I read for 2025. Starting off the year, I don't know why I got into this book. I had it, I opened it, and then I was like, oh, let me go ahead and try it out. And honestly, at first it was a slow read for me, but then I started getting into it and I ended up really liking it. I would say it's probably part of like my top 3, top 5, and it is Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This book was actually insane. Like, I got so into it, I would say at least 25% of the way in. And once I got to know like a lot of the characters and the backstory kind of started to open up, I was like, what's gonna happen? Is this for real? I don't want to give it away because it is a crazy twist, but this book is definitely a fave, and it might have to be a reread because I feel like the beginning, um, since it was kind of a little slow for me, I want to go back and give it another chance to like read it through or even listen to the audiobook, but it was really good. Highly recommend. I would say this book is probably top 3 book of 2025. After that, I honestly can't remember the order. I just remember that was the first book that I read. But I'm going to go ahead and go into Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. You probably had seen this on my TikTok if you followed me. I talked about this book, I've talked about this author, and I really love her and I love her writing. And I've seen her grow from Red Queen, as you could see, my little shrine of Red Queen stuff right there. I really love Victoria Aveyard, and I'm excited for her new book that she's working on. I believe it's called The Tempest. I don't know when it's going to be released. I haven't like followed along just because I've been quite busy. Um, but I've already read 2 of the 3 of these books, so can't wait to get into the third one because this book, I want to say this is number. Oh, I might have to switch it around at the end. Because I'm like now remembering what all these books were about, and I'm like, this is getting hard. Okay. I'm gonna say for now, top 4. Top 4. Next, I want to say is Gravity by Sarah Kate. I really like this author. Really smutty, really just fun to read, and I love how her books are not like super long. Like you can get through a book. Well, for me, I can get through one of her books in like a couple of days. But if you're a fast reader, you probably get through this in like a day. Um, this is the first of a duology. I have Free Fall, and it is on my TBR for this year. So this book is, I can't remember if it was brother. No, it was son and father and a girl. So if you were into that trope, um, I would definitely give it a read. This book was actually pretty good. I don't know if I like the ending so much just because I feel like it was a little rushed. But since there's a part 2, hopefully they get more into the other part story, you know. But this book, I want to say, is number 7. Number 7. The Spanish Love Deception. This is the first book that I read on audio. That's why it looks like a lot nicer than the rest of them. The rest of them look all, I feel like, kind of look beat up a little bit, used, loved, you know. But this one I listened to on audio, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a lot of what happened in this book. I don't know if it was because I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't used to the audio bookness of it. Um, but I feel like it was, from what I do remember, it was like a cute like read, maybe something you read on like vacation type of thing. Um, by Elena Armas. I'm not gonna say it was a bad book because I don't remember what it was about, but I want to say maybe this is gonna be like 11 just because it really didn't catch my attention that much, but it wasn't a bad book. I probably just got to reread it one of these days. I don't know. Next, we have Bad Mother by Mia Sheardon. Um, this book, it took me a little bit because I kept like doing the thing where I don't want to finish it because it's so good. This was honestly a good thriller. I just feel like the romance might have been a little unnecessary. I think it was a second chance, like romance trope in here, and uh, I kind of did. I felt like it wasn't really needed. But the way that this unfolded was so good. And honestly, I would say this one's probably, I already put one in number 7, huh? So number 6? Yeah. I'm going to do a thing at the end to renumber these, but I'm going to say this one was number 6. Next is Magic Hour by Christian Hanna. This book was honestly really good. This was one of the first books that I've ever read by this author, and I honestly, or listened to by this author, because I listened to it on audiobook or Audible. I really liked the person that was like reading it, because it really, like, I don't know, it brought it to life a little bit more. I feel like if I was reading this on my own, I probably would have DNF'd, but listening to it, it really helped. And it is also, I would say, a thriller, fiction. It's fiction. Um, and it's about like this little girl that they find in the woods. Um, they're trying to figure out where she came from and what happened. And honestly, it's like a found family type of trope. It's pretty nice. If you like this author and you haven't read this book, I would suggest picking this one up because this one was really, really good. I want to say this one can be number 8. Next is Fall I Want by Lyra Parrish. Lyra? I think it's Lyra. Um, but this book I tried to read in November, and I think I ended up finishing it like towards the end. Or maybe I finished it in December. I can't remember. But I finished this one, and I felt like this one, the romance was a little quick. This is the first themed book that I've ever read. I've always wanted to read a Christmas one, but every time it gets to Christmas, I always like, just don't read a Christmas book. So there was parts that I didn't like, and there was parts that I did. I was kind of confused because when I went to the store, I saw another book that looked exactly like this one, and then I realized they were all a part of the same universe. And that I thought was pretty cool, so I might have to check out the other ones. But I don't know. Some of the things they said in this book did remind me of like me and my husband, and I thought this was like really cute. I love the spine though, or not the spine. I love the sprayed edges on this one. It even has the top and then I think the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, this one honestly, it wasn't like high up there. I don't think it would ever be like a I'm gonna reread again type of book, but it was pretty good. It was cute. So I think this one's gonna be a 9. You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glausen? Glow something. Glow something. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember a lot about this book. I just remember it was somebody getting in an accident and something happening, and I honestly, like, I don't remember, so I guess we're just gonna have to put this one at 12 because I cannot remember this one at all. If He Had Been With Me, ah, by Laura Nowlin. This book, I think it's more for like teen, young adult. I'm not sure. I have heard a lot of people talk about this book, and I had gotten this copy a long time ago, and I finally had unwrapped it, and I was like, "Oh, let me read it." But I read it on Kindle, and because I didn't want to mess up the book. Cause look how pretty that is. Oh my god, it's probably backwards, but it says, "I love him in a way I cannot define." Dude, I finished this book at the gym while I was on the treadmill, and I just remember I wanted a ball in the middle of the gym, but I couldn't. And I texted my husband and I was like, I'm gonna cry because of what happens in this book. If you know, you know. And honestly, I wouldn't wish this pain on anyone. Oh, I have to read the second one and I'm scared. This one is definitely, I would say, number 5. This one is number 5 because the other ones can't be anything else. And I can't remember. Oh my god, I'm definitely gonna have to move this around. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. This one took me for a whirlwind. I um kind of guessed what was gonna happen a little bit just by the way the audiobook like presented some stuff, but I thought this book was really well written. Especially I've read Good Girl's Guide to Murder by this author, and I love that book. I read the Good Girl's Guide in like 3 days. That's the fastest book I've ever probably read. Well, no, that's a lie, but without a challenge needed. But this one is definitely. I can't remember if I put a book in number 6. I think number 10 is the only spot that's open. So for now, I think this is 10. Um, but I'm gonna probably move this one and like shift everything else because this book so bomb. Okay, we have Leave Me Behind. I absolutely loved this book. I ate it up. I had never really read a military romance. I think that's what it is. It's definitely a military romance. Enemies to Lovers. This book was really good. My husband ended up buying me the other two, and I'm excited to read those. Hopefully, I can get through those this year. Um, but yeah, this one was my number 2. Really love KM Morno Mar oh KM Morn Mornova. I think that's how you say her name. The last book that is number 1 that I literally had to read right before seeing it in theaters was The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I've read The Inmate by Frida McFadden and I really like that one. I hear a lot of people don't really like that book, but I loved The Inmate. Me and my friend read that during like a 24-hour reading challenge thing. This book was so good. I was kind of upset at some of the differences with the movie and the book, but honestly, I don't even care. I was listening to on audio because I wasn't gonna have enough time to like read it before it came out and before I went to go see it. I literally finished the audio right before going and watching the movie. So this book was fresh on my mind. Let me go ahead and renumber these and I will be right back. Okay, so I have them stacked up here in the order that I wanted them in. I'll put the list of the books and what number order they're in. So at number 12, we have The Spanish Love Deception because could not remember that to save my life. Number 11, You'd Be Home Now. Number 10, Fall I Want. 9, Christian Hannah, Magic Hour. 8, Bad Mother. 7, Gravity. 6, If He Had Been With Me. 5, Blade Breaker. 4, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. 3, Mexican Gothic. And number 1 and number 2, The Housemaid and Leave Me Behind. But those are all the books that I read for 2025. I hope some of these you agreed with me with. If there are some that you think that should be or would be a different order for you, let me know in the comments, and let me know how you thought some of these books turned out for you, because I know everybody's opinion on reading is like very different. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. But until the next time, guys, bye.